What's good, y'all? It's Nonstop No with another video. Wilder and Fury just made their grand arrival at MGM Grand Las Vegas for the fight Saturday night, their rematch. Highly anticipated rematch. Want to just give you my thoughts about the whole event itself today. And let's start with the collaboration with Top Rank and PBC. So both MCs for Top Rank and PBC, the Christina Poncher and the Ray Flores, a really solid job, to be honest, at least in my opinion. Real good job on the fly. They just, for me, meshed well together, with their energy and feeding off of each other. So that was good stuff. And, just trying to entertain the people that was out there. With that being said, let's go with the. I still have concerns with these pay-per-view numbers. I only talk pay-per-view numbers because people like talking about pay-per-view numbers. Me, not necessarily. Is I don't get paid about with pay-per-view numbers. You guys don't get paid about pay-per-view numbers, but it is a topic that always gets brung up. So, I still think it's not going to do as well as it should have. You know what I mean? Being the fact that it was a last minute promotion for this fight, and the undercard, man, the undercard is mediocre, to say the least. The co-main is going to be the heavyweights of Gerald Washington and Charles Martin. These are two-tier heavyweight guys. They're on the same level, but they're not the level of upper echelon of the Furies of the world, the Joshuas of the world, the Wilders, the Ortizes of the world. You get what I mean? That's your co-main event. So they need to pick up and learn something about Floyd's fights, and why Floyd, not only just because of Floyd Mayweather was fighting, Floyd Mayweather, his undercards were always stacked. Just an example, and this is just off the cuffs. Floyd versus Canelo, his co-main was a undefeated Danny Garcia versus Lucas Matisse, when Lucas Matisse was the machine, was feared. You see what I mean? So that in itself, that co-main in itself, was a main event. So just take notes. So I think that's what's going to hurt these pay-per-view buys nonetheless. The short time and the mediocre undercard. So let's go with Fury walking in first for the grand arrival. And, same old Fury with his, goofy ass two-piece suits and stuff like that with his face on it and colorful and stuff like that. That's just what it is. He has to put on the show. I'm pretty sure he learned a lot from WWE. He was doing his interview with the Christina, and this guy's still claiming that he's going to knock out Wilder, or at least going for the knockout Wilder, and in the second round. Nobody believes you, man. I don't believe you. The people listening to me right now don't believe you. Your fans don't believe you. They wish it would happen like that, but we all know it's not going to happen like that. And to be honest, I don't even think that he's going to even go for the knockout in the second round. It's just talk, And this lineal champ thing, I really want to talk about this lineal champ thing, this moniker that Tyson has. No belt, but is the lineal champ. Once Wilder knocks out Fury, because I'm pretty sure everybody knows that's what's going to happen, and that's my prediction. Prediction video on Friday. I better see every Fury fan, every Wilder hater, to give Wilder that moniker now after he whoops on Fury. I want to hear, this goes for the media, fanboys, YouTubers, everybody, because I know I'm going to do it. Deontay Wilder, the WBC champ and the lineal champion of the world. No ifs, ands, or buts. No excuses. No excuses. And the reason why, Fury said something that really resonated with me, and how important this fight is. Because you guys give Wilder a lot of slack that, he hasn't fought anybody. He's a bum. He doesn't know how to box. Blah, 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 this and that, etc., etc. But yet, Fury out of his own mouth during this interview said that to him and for him, this fight, this rematch, Wilder versus Fury 2, is the biggest heavyweight championship fight in the last 50 years. That's what he said. I'm not saying it just to say it. He said it. Go back and watch it. Oh, and by the way, you know who else said it? That you guys love to, take credit for? Bob Arum. Bob Arum said he hasn't seen anything like this ever since the Muhammad Ali Joe Frazier fight in 50 years. So debunked to all you haters out there about Wilder ain't shit and all that stuff, when the actual fighters, promoters, are claiming this is the biggest one, bigger than Fury versus Klitschko. So how can you debate that? How can you argue that when it's coming through the horse's mouth? Speaking about fanboys and stuff, I was on the live stream just like everybody else, and the same old typical racist trolls on there, with their derogatory comments about we were waiting on Wilder, to come in, and here he goes with all the comments. Oh, here we go. Wilder would be late. Chuckle, or blacks are always late. You know what time it is. They just out there. And another thing too that's really contradicting is really funny. Oh, crackhead Wilder. I hope crackhead Wilder loses. That's what one dude said on one of the comments, and he wanted him to lose, and that this is his last fight, and hopefully we never have to see him again. Yeah, I bet you hopefully don't have to see him again, because you're a scary ass. That's why. And it's so strange how you call Wilder a crackhead when Fury is literally a cokehead. He's literally the one doing coke. So shut up already, man. And another thing I noticed too is this is just weird. Just a few years ago, let's just say pre or post Floyd Mayweather retirement. I don't like to really bring up Floyd that much, but it goes with it. This whole time when Floyd was reigning and he, beating up on Pacquiao and Canelo and, people like that. This whole time, superb boxer, right? He's a runner. He's Chicken Floyd. All he does is run. He's a boring boxer. Yada, 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 this and that. All that shit, right? Now here comes Tyson Fury. What a coincidence. the most boring fucking fight I've seen in heavyweight for a heavyweight championship fight. Fury versus Klitschko. That was boring. And I bet these same guys that were hating on Floyd this whole time years ago, all of a sudden, are Fury fans and a beautiful boxer and he's the greatest boxer and all that. But years ago, you guys wanted knockouts. Guess who produces knockouts? Yep. The guy that you love to hate. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. What a coincidence, huh? What what a coincidence how people just flip-flop just like that. Do you think it's a black and white thing? I don't know. You guys know what's up. You know what time it is already. With that being said, with Wilder coming in for his grand arrival, same old Wilder. Got the fur coat on. Just the same energy. He's consistent. You know, one face, one name, one champion, however he says it, speak it, believe it, receive it, bomb squad, all that good stuff. He speaks the same at every interview. No changes to him. And lastly, that I noticed that I caught on this whole event is that they were kind of putting shade to the zone and Matchroom. Bob Arum kind of hinted at it a little bit, basically saying, you see how Top Rank and PBC to come together to make big fights. We have to do this to make big fights. It can't happen. Deontay Wilder also said something like that in those lines of, when people can work together, we can make these big fights happen. That's saying something, right? So all you guys that PBC don't want to work with nobody, but yet they just put on this fight with Tyson Fury and Wilder for the rematch. And these are big promotional companies. And a guy like Bob Arum, because he's a stubborn guy, can still show up and collab with PBC, says something to the zone. So it's time to step your game up. I'm excited for fight week. I'm excited for the weigh-in. And definitely excited for Saturday. Unfortunately, I won't be there Saturday night. Something came up, but still would be betting. That's all I got. Show me your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. I'm out.